If you are in the market for a dark blue and navy blue paint color, this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Ashley with HomeLikeYouMeanIt.com. I'm a true color expert and decorator, and today we're going to talk about navy blue paint colors, which I know everyone loves blue. That's my personal favorite color, so let's get right into it. I've got 9 glorious blues for you today. I'm going to run down this list lightest to darkest. So we're going to use the LRV, which is the light reflectance value. It tells you how light or dark a paint color is. My lightest is, I think 19. My darkest is 4. So, oh, and I want to mention, if you don't find something in this list, I do have a blog post where I have 20 curated dark blue paint colors. So make sure to check that out so you just don't go to the paint store just kind of swimming with options. Use this list as a jumping off point as you pick the right blue for your space. Okay, so we're gonna start things off with my personal favorite blue. It's the blue that you see behind me. So it's the blue that we chose for our office and our sitting room. This is Benjamin Moore Britannia Blue. This has an LRV of 18, so compared to a lot of the other darker colors on this list, it is fairly light, considerably speaking. It's still a dark paint color. I wanted something that was blue, but kind of had like this smoky element. I didn't want like what you think of as like a bright naval color. I really wanted it to be a little bit more subdued, a little bit more muted, and the gray undertone in Britannia Blue really kind of helps to bring out that gray blue, really pretty smoky vibe. So that's Britannia Blue. The next color on my list is Benjamin Moore Hamilton Blue. This is a lot like Britannia Blue in that it's got that pretty strong gray undertone to kind of mute the color, give it that really pretty dusty blue look, but it does have a strong green undertone. Now, this is why you want to sample the paint colors in the room that you are going to paint them in, because depending on the light coming in, you're gonna see more of the green or less of the green. Typically, when you have rooms with a lot of natural light, you're gonna see more of the undertones. So if you don't like the green in Hamilton Blue, this is not the color for you, especially if you have a lot of natural light. The next color on my list is Sherwin-Williams Needlepoint Navy. This is another color that I think is just gorgeous. I really considered it for this room. Ultimately, it was a little bit darker than I wanted. It's got an LRV of 13, which isn't too dark considering a lot of the colors on this list have LRVs of 4 or 5, but it is vastly darker than an LRV of 18. Which you can really tell when you put it up on the walls. It also has a green undertone. It's not as green as Hamilton Blue, which I just showed you. So it's there, which a lot of blues have green undertones. It's really hard to escape the green undertone. Some blues have more, obviously other blues have less. This one just has a slight green undertone, which you're probably gonna see if you've got a room that's got a lot of natural light, but it's not overpowering at all. Now, if you are looking for a blue and you don't want those dusty blue tones, you don't want a green undertone, you want just a true naval blue, this next color you're really gonna love. It's Van Deusen Blue by Benjamin Moore. It has an LRV of 12. It is that true, like navy blue. So, and it has no undertones, so you're not gonna be dealing with green or charcoal or anything like that. If you just want that true dark blue, Van Deusen Blue is the perfect color to sample. Kensington Blue by Benjamin Moore is next. It has an LRV of nearly 12. I think it's 11.97. If you liked the navy of Van Deusen Blue, but you wanted something even a little bit more truer navy, Kensington Blue is your perfect color. It's like that all-American blue. So if you're looking for that dark all-American blue, Kensington Blue is definitely a color to sample. If you want a blue, but you want a lot of green in it, Benjamin Moore Newburg Green is next. We painted this color upstairs in our bonus room. I love it. It is a true chameleon of a color. Some days it looks really blue, other days it looks green, so you really need to be comfortable with blue and green, especially when incorporating your decor into the mix. It's got an LRV of 10.58, so it is pretty dark. I wouldn't paint this in a room that had not a lot of natural light because it's almost going to come off as black and you're really going to lose a really pretty blue-green hue to it. So that's just a point to consider. But if you like your blues with a lot of green, this is the color for you. Indigo Batik is our next color. It has an LRV of 8. Now, if you liked Kensington Blue and you liked Van Deusen Blue, but you wanted something a little bit darker, Indigo Batik is the color for you. It is very, very dark. Just like the last color, do not put this in a room that doesn't have a lot of natural light. It will look black and you will be upset. So make sure you've got a good bit of natural light, but if you want that true blue and you want something really, really dark, Indigo Batik is the color. Our next color needs no introduction. It is super popular for good reason. It is absolutely beautiful. It is Benjamin Moore Hale Navy. Now this is a deep blue. It's got an LRV of 8, but it looks significantly darker even than Indigo Batik, even though they're the same LRV, because it has a very, very strong black undertone. I have used this color before on a dresser makeover. If I can get a good photo, I will show you. It is just very hard to photograph because honestly, it tends to look black because I have put it in a corner that doesn't get a lot of natural light, but that's okay. I knew what I was doing. I kind of wanted that. I wanted black with just a hint of blue. So again, with this, you need to make sure you've got a good bit of natural light to have that blue come forward because it is so dark, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This is Hale Navy. Sherwin-Williams Sea Serpent has an LRV of 7. It is very, very similar to Hale Navy, but it's got a strong green undertone as well as a good charcoal black undertone. So if you want a really deep, dark blue, but you like kind of seeing some of the green, Sea Serpent is the perfect color for you. Again, you need to make sure you've got a good bit of natural light to make this color pop. And also you want to see that green if you choose Sea Serpent. So again, make sure you have a lot of natural light. Now the last color on the list, I do not have a paint chip for. I have loaned it out to a client. That's what happens when you loan out your color boards to clients. It is Naval. It's by Sherwin-Williams. That's the color I mentioned that has an LRV of 4. It is very, very dark. A lot of people think that Naval is the same as Hale Navy. They are not. One is Benjamin Moore, one is Sherwin-Williams. Naval is much more true blue, but it's very, very dark, whereas Hale Navy has that strong black undertone. So if you want something super dark, more of a true blue, Naval is the color for you. So that wraps up this list of dark blue paint colors. I hope you found something that you liked. Again, if you didn't find something, that's okay. I have a blog post I'll link below with even more dark blues. And again, always ask me questions in the comments below. If you have any questions or thoughts about other dark blues, I'll be happy to give you my thoughts. Thanks.